Frittata doesn't have to be just for breakfast, nor does it have to ruin your diet. I made this frittata for breakfast using lean Canadian bacon, a variety of vegetables, some herbs and seasonings, and a little bit of cheese. As you can see here, I used cherry tomatoes, cauliflower, zucchini, a small shallot, and then I used basil and lean Canadian bacon. With both the bacon and the basil, I rolled them up and cut them into chiffonade. It's very easy to do, and you can see here in the video that you just roll it up and slice it as thinly or thick as you want. I cut the Canadian bacon, the zucchini, and the shallot into small dice so that the size didn't overpower the frittata, since I'm making the frittata in a very small 6-inch cast iron pan. The surprise ingredient is cauliflower, and I gave that a little bit of time on top of the stove to sort of make it tender before it went into the oven. And then it's time to whisk some eggs, but first you need to crack them. And my tip here is to not do it on the side of a bowl or on the side of a pan, to do them on a flat surface. That way, if you get a piece of shell, it's on the surface, on the board that I use, not in the bowl. Next, it's time to begin adding the rest of your ingredients, and I start with the cauliflower. I use an oil mister, and I put olive oil in there, and I spray the pan to coat it. It's a cast iron pan. You can see it's a very small 6-inch, like an individual cast iron pan, and it's seasoned, but it's not seasoned to perfection. And the olive oil really helps to, release the product at the end when you're ready to plate it. So I spray it with olive oil, then I put the cauliflower in, and I let the cauliflower cook for probably about 5 minutes to really soften it up. Then I start adding the shallot and the zucchini and the Canadian bacon, and give it a few minutes to sweat them, to let them start to release their liquid and to start cooking. You're going to finish cooking in the oven, so you don't want to overcook them. The only thing that you sort of want to overcook a little bit is the cauliflower, because that's sort of going to act as a potato. In a lot of frittatas you will put potatoes, but I'm trying to really save and cut down on carbs and calories and fat and that kind of thing. Then I add the egg, and as I was scrambling it, I added about 2 teaspoons of no-fat yogurt. It just adds a little bit of creaminess to it and a little extra depth of flavor. A lot of frittatas will call for creme fraiche or something that's pretty high in fat and calories, and I just don't want to do that. I add the cheese on top, put it in the oven, and I set it for about 15 minutes. I wanted to take care not to overcook the egg, so 15 minutes was just the right amount of time. I took it out, let it sit for just a minute, released it from the pan with a heat-proof spatula, and then plated it. I made it into 2 servings because it's a pretty rich breakfast with 2 eggs and all those vegetables. But you can easily fit it into your weight management plan as 1 serving. A frittata is a wonderful meal for any time of the day, so I recommend you go to your pantry, go to your fridge, check out your vegetable basket, and make a frittata. But above all, eat well, be healthy, and enjoy.